News of the week. News of the week.
Is that the theme tune?
This is the God-given theme tune, and we come so prepared.
Frankly, and I've got stuff on my microphone right
You
now.
haven't even got a microphone on yet.
No,
Come on.
I'm not clipped up. I'm not clipped in.
We have another guest here today.
Yes, it's Fenrin.
Fenrin, you want to come here, Val? Come here.
Come here, beautiful. Oh yes, look at this guy.
What do you have to say?
What does he have to say?
Anything good? Yeah, that's all good. Oh God. Oh God.
So we're in a completely different setting today. For people just listening, for people just watching on YouTube, you can obviously tell that and see. We are
Did you hear any?
dog sitting for my friend.
Oh God.
But also have podcasts to run and do. So we're doing two things in one.
I'm sorry about the microphone disturbance. This was maybe a bad idea.
We're gonna.
Oh no.
What's happening?
Yeah, it's a big boy as well, you know. Sit.
Go on.
Good lad.
Come on.
No, get back up. Lie down. Okay, stay. Okay, I think we're doing well.
News of the week. I wasn't so impressed with your theme tune, actually, by the way.
No, you know what? I've lost it. I feel like I've forgotten what it was.
But we can recreate. We can rebuild.
Ah.
Like the $6 Million Babe. We can rebuild. We can practice. We can come back. I'm still ill.
Yeah, you're doing better.
Yeah, I'm doing better. I've got a cough.
You're not as dead
and a
now.
sniffle, but I'm not actually ill anymore.
Okay, bye, Fern.
See you later, bro. There's all kinds of things going on here. So we've got this dog, which loves to make noises in the background of the podcast. There's also somebody digging up next door.
Oh yeah, that's good.
They're destroying the concrete of the back garden with.
Yeah. Oh God.
Don't throw the ball. If we throw the
Don't
ball
throw the
now,
ball.
no. If we throw the ball
Oh no.
now,
Oh no.
It'll just-
Oh, we've started a thing.
it'll
It's
forever
it's
know.
all on me. No. Slobberiest dog of all time. Oh God.
Look.
Fernand, get down now. Take your ball. Get. Lie down. Go lie down. Go lie down. No, put your paw on me all cute like.
He's not doing anything that you've got to say about anything.
No. Anyway, we power ahead. So we've done extensive research into news of the week.
As you could see from the intro.
And here we are to relay the information to you.
The
Don't
news
tell
is
them.
so boring, bro.
There's not much going on, is there?
It was
I've had
hard
to
work for me
embellish.
to find some things to talk about.
Yeah.
I have pulled out some news though, have you?
Well, yes, and I also thought it'd be nice to do some personal news of the week. What's been going on in Rhodes?
Oh, would it? I feel like that's what we do every episode.
Yeah, true, but we need a little bit of
It is.
filler time.
Wagwan is 50% of every episode.
Yeah, you're right.
Isn't it? It's the Wagwan segment.
Wag 2, as my mum would say.
Oh, that's funny, actually. Is that actually what she says?
Did you not hear when she picked up the phone earlier?
I heard her say something
I went
and I
Wag 1,
thought...
she goes, Wag 2. I'm like, did you be any whiter, middle-class, 50-year-old woman?
I actually love that.
Hilarious.
That's great.
It's good,
actually.
isn't it? Yeah.
What's been going on in my life? I've just been ill.
Briefly.
So
I don't
I
care
haven't
too
been
much.
training. I did a little bit yesterday. A little bit of full body with the great and powerful Melanie Vidler.
Boom.
Today I'm hoping to do a little bit more. Tomorrow I'm training with Dan Kavanagh at Steel Physique in Sheffield. Very early in the morning.
Steel Physique is a legit gym.
Yes, it is very good actually. Yeah, great equipment. I can't remember the brand of the equipment they've got. Can you?
No.
But it's very good, and I often compliment them, and I can tell that they've picked every piece of equipment specifically
Yeah, very.
for goodness.
Yeah.
For it being good.
It's that metric of measurable goodness.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
They've picked it because it's good equipment. Yeah, and good people down there.
Dom and Cole.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
They said I wanted to have them on the podcast,
I've told them they're coming on the podcast.
and they said no, they're
They
too
both
scared.
said no. And
Yeah.
to be honest, they said they're scared. Yeah, they said they're scared.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because they're both world-class professionals, and
There's nothing scary about us.
I know it's not. No, it's not us. I think it's the internet
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
that scares
The
them.
internet is definitely scary.
It's not us. I don't think it's scary whatsoever.
No.
No, why? Who's ever called us out, really? And I hope they do.
Yeah, we can have some fun with that. We can make some shorts for Instagram that get taken down.
Yeah, I love it. The amount of times I ever got called out on my Slum Society Facebook page was very few and far between, but every time I did, I was like, welcome to my lair.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Yeah, you've just entered the dragon's lair.
Yeah.
Someone's online leaving little shitty comments trying to make up for unhappiness in their life on like roundabout leaving little comments on like my Facebook page. You don't know who you're dealing with. It's my full-time job to reply to people online, and you've just called me out. You've got stuff to do. I don't.
Yeah, and
I don't.
I've practiced at this.
I will systematically, and
I'm on day 2,000 of chatting shit online.
I'll break you down.
Yeah.
I'll break you down.
It's one of my
I'll go
favourite
through
things to watch,
every
actually.
single point that you've written and tell you why you're wrong. Unless you're right, then okay, but you're not going to be. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a call out.
No.
The thing about us online as well is I just don't say things that I'm not sure about unless I preface
That's one of
it.
my biggest rules.
Unless I preface it by saying this is just an opinion or an idea.
Which is fine.
You know, I just don't. I'll say I don't know, and I just don't talk about things or give information. I'm never making things up.
I like
I have
having
no fear.
you to go off for stuff like that as well, because there's such an overlap between the two of us that you are inherently better at quite a bit of stuff, and then I'm inherently better at quite a different stuff.
Which is nice.
Yeah, so that's a nice little pool. And then every now and then we get a real expert in. Someone. But no, I think it's a nice little situation at the minute.
Yeah, and everything's been going fine, thank you. I've been ill, so I've been working for Macros Inc. as normal. We had the summer sale. We already spoke about this.
Boom.
So many new clients. I don't even know if I'm allowed to tell online, but all the clients came to us. Everybody who wanted help came to us.
Surprised there's a mad summer rush.
Yeah, I think it's kind of people just want to lose weight any time of year, bro.
That's nice.
Personally, I find it less seasonal than ever before. I think there's just always people just always trying to make improvements and wanting to feel
You might be
healthier
right,
and happier.
actually.
You know, it used to be like, oh, I'll diet for summer, or oh, I'll diet for like, I don't know, whenever.
Yeah, that might have changed a bit.
I feel so. Since I started personal training anyway, it seems less seasonal
Yeah, okay.
to me. I think
Yeah.
people just overweight all the time now, rather than just sometimes.
Oopsie daisy.
And wanting to change it, which is good, which is positive if that's what they want to do. So yeah, I took on a few new clients, not too many. I've got a consultation later today actually, which is nice. I always love consultations.
Yeah.
And apart from that, not much, sir. Not much. It's Rebecca's birthday on Monday.
Cute.
Yeah. So I've made plans.
Of course you have.
Yep.
Little romance boy.
It's going to be a great day. Mm-hmm. Great day had by all. And what about you? What's new? What's exciting? What aguan?
Most recently, I started with a new client this morning. That was very fun. Picked things up quickly. But the Barbellas group that I'm doing, I had last night, and I'm enjoying this a lot. It's good fun for me. So this is like a group of 4 ladies that split the cost of personal training to do like slightly, not like a session, like a seminar, like an interactive seminar where I teach them some stuff. So it's an 8-week course, and we're going through like squat, bench, deadlift, how to be strong, how to train for hypertrophy, how to train for strength, and how to look after like knees and pains and things like that. So I had that last night, and we were looking at deadlifting and how to write a program for yourself, and that was good fun. So that's one of the newest things for myself, which actually bleeds into one of the news of the week things I had a little bit.
All right, let's go then.
Which was reading some things about the correlation between strength and hypertrophy.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, I saw a study, and I just thought we could talk about it more than actually just read the study. Yeah. And so, yeah, the correlation between the two, and then also like the proportionality between the two.
Proportionality between the two in what kind of way?
Like how much do they exponentially affect each other? Like if you train for one, how much do you get the other? You know what I mean?
All right, should I guess?
Yeah, go
I think high correlation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you could argue both points depending on how nerdy you were trying to be.
Nerd me then.
Nerd you.
Yeah, nerd out on me then.
Okay, so I guess you would say
is.
if you were talking within the realms of lifting weights, how like in that sphere, that zeitgeist, how similar are they? What's that?
I'm just noticing the ring light flashing slightly.
Oh really? Don't do this. Stay focused, camera. Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? It's strobing. That actually stopping it.
Yeah.
You're a genius.
It's because there's too much electricity coming out of one side.
You're a genius.
Yeah, it's struggling on the lights.
So within the zeitgeist and the sphere of like lifting weights in the gym, the two aren't that correlated. Like if that's the sphere that we're looking at, the two aren't that correlated because they're different.
Lifting weights in the gym.
Yeah, like strength and hypertrophy. But if you're to zoom out and talk about like sports as a whole, they overlap more than a lot of other things, if that makes sense.
No, so far this doesn't make sense to me. How can it be that strength and hypertrophy in a gym are not correlated when like progressive overload?
No, they're definitely correlated, but like the proportionality between the two, like if you're just looking at the two differences between say bodybuilding and powerlifting,
right.
It's a big difference. But if you start to include a broader circle of say sports and just other elements of life, then obviously the two are quite close.
Okay, so what are we trying to say on like a practical, real level here? That some people are stronger but smaller, and some people are bigger but weaker.
Not so much that you can. There's a giant overlap between the two when it comes within the gym.
In terms of outcomes, although, or in terms of training methods, I don't know exactly what we're discussing.
Both.
Here. Okay.
Both for sure, probably like 50% of each, and because there is a massive, overlap, because obviously strength is in muscles, and you do struggle to put on. You struggle to put on size without strength, and you probably struggle a little bit less to put on strength without size. You can.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But at the nth degree, they are actually quite different.
Yeah, because the strength component has a central nervous system driven component. That's why you can get stronger. And I guess technique proficiency could also go into it as well. So you can improve technique and improve central nervous system drive and recruitment without necessarily increasing muscle tissue, meaning you could get stronger without getting bigger. But you're right, you would struggle to get bigger without getting stronger. You can't just use a really light weight for like 1,000,000 reps and just think that's going to work for size, because it isn't really. No. So okay, this is interesting then. So
that means, say, for like bodybuilding, there's a really practical kind of rep range, isn't there? Where we're aware that the driving factor in hypertrophy, so that's the process of building muscle, as in mass and size, not strength. One of the biggest drivers in that is volume, isn't it? Which
Correct.
is the amount that you do.
Yes.
So this is the sets, the reps, the distance that you do it for, so like the range of motion.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Technically, I guess the tempo, the time under the tension for all of that, but
it's a smaller, lesser factor.
Those last two ones are variables that should always kind of stay the same, unless you're going through different phases of training. Say you're doing a speed block, you might do like tempo work and try and do faster. But your range of motion should always be the same. It should always be the maximum you can do safely.
Did you see the study that came out showing that people who trained calves only in the stretched portion got better gains than people who trained full range of motion calves?
Yeah.
What did you think to that?
I think it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more volume, it's more distance travelled.
No. So the outcome was that people that only trained the bottom 1/3 of the calf motion made more progress than the full range group.
Interesting. I would argue that's the more important half of the range, but that is actually than people that work the full range or the partial range.
The bottom only range part of the group
Beat full range
and beat top only.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, full range, that is interesting.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's because you remove half of that distance travelled, and you can do 100% of your effort into the more effective.
That's an interesting way of looking at it. Yeah, you're blasting all your efforts into the hardest bit of the motion.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I would also like to see more studies done on this. One study come out showing that. I'm not changing my training, and I don't think anybody should start doing just bottom like.
Yeah, you were blasting cars the other day.
I've been trying, and it does work. I am making some progress on calves.
You could try doing this.
The calves are not big. Sometimes I actually naturally do that anyway. I do one full rep, go to the bottom, do a partial in the bottom, and then do another full, and then do a partial, and then do a
And if you like drop setting, as in just doing less and less range of motion.
And towards the end of a set, sometimes I'll do bottom only and partials. Like if I can't do more full reps,
just hold the stretch.
I liked what you said to your client when he was on the calf machine as well. You were getting him to use full, nice, slow, smooth range of motion, stretch at the bottom, squeeze at the top, nice and slow. And then you said when you get to the end of the set, if you want, just blast a few extras out with a bit of speed. I agree with that as well.
Yeah, a bit of speed, a bit of a shit technique.
Yeah, I also do that. Not shit technique, but...
Well, it's funny because there's a way to do shit technique correctly. Do you know what I mean?
You mean just like, not cheat a little bit, but put a bit of momentum and other into it.
So that's correct, yeah. So you can cheat
more...
if you're doing, say, a mechanical drop set, as in you're changing the mechanics of the movement to make it easier, so you can do more. Let's say in a bicep curl or something, there's two ways to do it. You can change your technique, like the positioning of your bodies, to get it up, as in like you swing it, you get your hips underneath it, you catch it on your shoulders. That's good. Yes!
Excellent background noises going here.
Yes!
Someone's soaring very loudly.
Kill. Dog's licking its nuts, so that's not going to happen. I wish this was on camera, that's hilarious.
Anyway, please continue. I'll try and edit out the background noise.
I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. We'll be fine. What were we saying?
We were talking about calf training, range of motion on calf training.
Yeah, something specific though. What the hell are we talking about? Oh dear.
Have we lost it? News of the week.
News of the week. News of the week. Well, yeah. Okay. So the correlation of strength to then hypertrophy.
Yeah, sorry. Actually, I distracted us off that conversation.
Yeah, so
with
that's
a bit of
fine.
a calf comment. So sorry about that.
Oh yeah, we were talking about how to drop set correctly.
Oh yeah, you were talking about mechanical drop sets
So
versus.
let's say your bicep curl, you've got strict technique, so you've got like soft knees, a slight hinge at the hips, maybe very, very slightly, and you're isolating just elbow flexion. So you're just moving at the elbow to squeeze the bicep. Gets to a point that you can't do that anymore. You've got two options. One of them is start changing all those other joints, so your knees, your hips, swinging it to get underneath it, and then trying to like catch it at the top, or doing less range of motion. This is all kind of the worst way to drop set. But if you change the momentum and the inertia of it to give it just so that the movement stays the same, but you're just applying a little bit of bounce to it from like hopping on your legs a bit or something, or like, you know,
moving the hips slightly.
yeah,
just
so
giving it a little bit.
So if you were to look at the elbow from the side, it's still going through the same motion. It's just that you're manipulating the inertia to get it up easier, control the way down.
Yeah.
So it's knowing all the things at the tip of your fingers. Like if you just know, obviously, that an eccentric part of a movement, so the down part in a simple term, is always going to be easier and stronger than the up part of a movement.
Sure.
Which makes perfect sense. Like it's easier to go down. It's easier to fall down than it is to get up. It's just gravity, basically. Yeah.
Because gravity.
Yeah, because gravity. So what that means is you're always going to be able to do more on the way down than you're on the way up.
Yeah.
But you fail the way up first.
Yeah.
So then if you can figure out a way to get it up.
Safely though.
Exactly. And without breaking mechanics, just manipulating inertia, get it up, and then use that down part where you've got a few more.
Yeah. Sounds really nice. And this is, I would personally never recommend this to a beginner.
No.
Because I would like you to do strict technique and learn the correct movement patterns and do everything safely. But then it's kind of like if you're driving a car, go slow at first and learn to practice. When you've been doing it for a while, you can drift it a bit. Do you know what I mean? We can give it a bit more.
Do your tests, give them everything they want to see, and then drift it round the roundabout.
Well, that's not exactly what I'm saying, but the analogy still stands.
Drift it round a police station. This is professional advice. I'd take it, everyone.
So I wouldn't ever recommend it to a beginner, but yeah, you can sort of, it's not cheating, but you can give it a little bit more in a variety of manners. And this can get you better results because even though you're not getting 100% of a perfect extra rep in terms of volume, let's say you're getting 50% or 75%, that's more than zero.
Yeah.
Cheating a few is more volume than not cheating.
And you'd pick and choose the things you did that on as well.
Very true. That's a good point.
Yeah, you would
Don't do it
not
on squats.
go for squats and go like, I'm going to go until I'm dead, and then I'm going to arch my back and bounce around.
Don't do that.
And see if I can get a couple more. No, you will die.
Yeah.
So
little isolation exercises, though, not
lat
bad.
raises, biceps, tricep push
Lat
downs,
pull downs.
face pull, lat pull downs, anything with a very low risk of injury.
Even shoulder press, if you're a little bit more well trained, you can bump.
Yeah, for
A little
sure.
like a push press.
For sure.
Push press is a standard movement.
Yeah, because there's nothing inherently unsafe about that.
I wouldn't give it to like a first day or a couple of weeks beginner, but if you've been going a couple of months and you're feeling confident and stable,
Yeah, maybe even longer than that.
you
Yeah.
could go for that.
Yeah.
All right, shall we do another news article?
Yeah, go, man.
All right, I'll hit you one. So this is from the Daily Mail by Emily Stern. If it works, Big Nasty, the rapper, will have to start calling himself medium-sized nasty. Brits mock grime star for doing ads for Slim Fast shakes.
God damn.
We'll read a little bit into this for no apparent reason whatsoever. Brits have cruelly mocked Big Nasty for teaming up with Slim Fast to front a new ad campaign. The rapper, aged 37, was unveiled as the meal replacement company's latest ambassador earlier this month as part of a well-documented journey to improve his health and shed the pounds. The social media and team campaign intended to highlight the nutritional benefits, including 23 vitamins and minerals and 14 grams of protein in Slim Fast Daily Shake. What do we think about this, bro? What do we think about Big Nasty? What do we think about Slim Fast shakes? What do we think about this rapper doing Slim Fast shake ads? Do we think anything?
I don't know much about Slim.
He's got an iced out Slim Fast chain on.
He's an amusing man. He's hilarious.
It's not somebody I know in great detail.
No, not me either. But from what I know, I like him, and I don't want to miss out something that might make him not nice and then I sound ignorant. But I feel like he's a cool guy.
Okay.
Anytime anyone's trying to better themselves and get, if it's lighter that would do that, or bigger, or stronger, or whatever it is, I'm into this.
Whatever they want to do to feel good.
I'm into unlikely sources of fitness inspiration.
That's good.
Creeping into the industry, you know.
I like that too.
Like if Yeah, like if Margaret Stewart started getting jacked or something, and brought the sewing industry into the fitness industry, that'd be cool.
Moulding some industries together. Yay. Twitter users slammed the ads labelling them a career low and disappointing. Do you know what I think to this? Shut your fucking mouth, Twitter users. Who the hell posts on Twitter?
Yeah, you're right.
Who even posts on Twitter? Stop it. If you're going to Twitter and you think you're getting opinions or advice or any sort of realism to what goes on in the actual world, you live... I don't know. Your world's topsy-turvy if you think Twitter's normal.
Yeah.
Some estimations show that like up to 50% of Twitter accounts are bots anyway.
It's fake.
And then out of all of the Twitter accounts that are not bots, only like 10% of those accounts ever post. It's like a very small amount of Twitter users actually make posts, and it's usually people screaming into a void.
Podcast.
It's just they've got nothing better to do. Listening to people on Twitter, stop it. It's kind of like when you're driving in the car and it comes on the radio. John says there's a traffic jam on this. I'm like, thanks, John.
Yeah.
Who are you? Maybe he just wants to get to work faster. So he's like, I'm going to ring him and make everyone divert. I'm like, who are you, John, and why do I trust you?
Maybe he doesn't want to get to work. Like, I'll block this traffic.
Thanks, James.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who calls the radio station?
There's been a chemical spillage on the A1 and you're going to have to come block it off.
I bet there has. Twitter users slammed the ads. Shut up.
So what do you feel about this?
I think all good, to be honest. I don't mind what Big Nasty wants to do. If he wants to lose some weight, good for him. If he wants to do it with Slim Fast Shakes, this is fine by me.
Yeah, what do you think of Slim Fast Shakes? I
not
don't know
bad.
anything about them specifically.
Not bad.
What did it say? 14 grams of protein?
Yeah, which is not the best. 14,
no, I agree.
14's, if you're a non-weightlifting female, 14.
Sure, yeah.
14. Yeah, I'll do a 14.
You've had maybe a meal.
I'll do a 14 if you're a non-lifting female. If you're if you're trying to weightlift or build muscle or get a high protein intake in general, or if you're a male, probably not the best. Or if you're a bigger female, either in height or in muscle mass, or you can get shakes that have got more like 25, 30 grams of protein in.
How about them ones that are gravy that have 50 grams in?
Gravy?
No, it's got the viscosity of gravy.
You mean those ones that like in a supermarket, those 50G ones?
Yeah.
USN, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. USN brand, yeah. I can't drink any of these things because of my lactose intolerance. I have to get specific ones. And do you know the brand Grenade?
Yep.
Their protein shakes, pre-made ones, are very nice and they're lactose free.
Oh, shit.
They're expensive. They're like £2.50 each. You can buy them in
protein
Boots.
for everyone.
Yeah, sometimes like tomorrow, I'm going down to Steel Physique's train with Dan Kavanagh. Then we go to the Grind Cafe, get 4 poached eggs on 3 slices of toast, and then I walk back up into the centre. I've got a few errands to do, and I'm meeting a client on a meeting, but I'll nip into Boots and buy another 25 grams of protein for £2.50. Chocolate fudge brownie flavour.
All of that was so artistic.
I'll neck it down.
Yeah.
Our
routine tomorrow will be get up and get to the tram for 6:47 a.m. And after I've destroyed my biceps, I go and have 4 poached eggs on toast.
Yeah, training with Dan Kavanagh is an awful time. I've told him it's a fucking shit time.
He's come to the gym now, hasn't he?
He's come a couple of times, yeah.
Nice.
I think he's been twice, yeah.
Good lad.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
You have a little look around, have a little train around.
He's got bigger arms than you yet?
Yeah. He's in great shape. He's definitely put on size since he started working out at Steel Physique. But they've put him on a disgustingly hard program, and he bumped his training up from twice a week to 3 times a week. Because he's got family, business. He also plays football and stuff, so he's got like loads of stuff going on. So he can't like train 5 times a week. Historically, he did twice a week. Now he does 3 times a week. His gains have got 50%
Probably
better.
by the right time. Well, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would make sense, wouldn't it? He's actually made a lot of progress. It's really great. Speaking of football, did you see Sheffield Wednesday get promoted to the next league up?
One of my clients said that she was very happy specifically because this had happened.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Yeah.
Sports.
Sporting events.
Kicking balls.
I'm with Rebecca's family quite a lot, and a lot of them like football, and a lot of them like Sheffield Wednesday as well. And we were at someone's house coincidentally for dinner in the evening, and the game was on. And none of that family seemed to like care much about it, to be honest. But we were sat there, and I was watching it on and off. And you know me, not the world's biggest football fan, but the ending was insane.
Really?
Even I went, oh, it was insane.
Really? I can't imagine you doing this.
Yeah, it was literally insane. Could not believe it. Like what had occurred. Basically, the whole game there was no goals. 90 minutes, no goals.
That's boring.
0 occurrences. Lots of close chances. Someone hit the bar once. Some good saves by the keepers. Okay, but let's be honest, no goals. Then it went to like overtime. 15 minutes. No goals. No goals.
Penalties?
No. 3 seconds before the end, I watched it on the clock 3 seconds before the end. Guy runs down the outside. Some guy runs there. Some guy with legs runs down the left-hand side towards their sort of like goal, crosses it in all the way across, and some guy from Sheffield,
Also with legs.
diving, flying header, literally dives and does a flying header with his arms back like that, and the ball goes woof, and he hits it, boom, boom, straight past the keeper in with 3 seconds left.
Yeah, that's
the
intense.
whole game, nothing
I
happened.
bet that played in
0-0.
slow motion.
And all the Barnsley people went like this.
Ah,
The team were going, the crowd were just, it showed you their crowd and they were like this. Because everyone's thinking, oh, it's going to penalties, this is going to be exciting. No, 3 seconds, last chance literally, this is the last ball.
yeah, that's an emotional roller coaster.
It's the last ball that might get played in, crosses it in, flying header, boom, straight past the keeper. Everyone froze. Obviously,
And the
Sheffield
crowd
Wednesday side
goes
went,
wild.
yeah, because then they got the cup and they were lifting it up and stuff. And it was nice for their manager as well because it's a Jamaican guy.
All
And
right.
when Sheffield Wednesday lost a couple of games, he was getting maximum racism
That's not
from
loud.
Sheffield Wednesday's own fans.
Fucking
He was
knobheads.
getting max racism. And they mentioned it after the game as well. They were saying like, oh, we know you were getting abuse and stuff like that. So it's just like also a bit of retribution for this guy.
These Hillsborough folk need to chill out.
Yeah, it's awful. But you know what I'm saying?
Calm down and not be bigger.
So it was quite exciting anyway.
Sounds it. Not for me.
I mean, yeah, I'm not the biggest football fan.
You know what I
in the
don't
world,
get is when people are like, we won. No, you didn't.
Oh,
you sat in the
okay.
stand and drank beer. Shut up.
but- Yeah, it's team atmosphere though.
Yeah,
People get
that
real
I
into it.
appreciate, but-
People get real into it.
Yeah, we won.
I understand what you're saying.
It's like
but
12
also,
people that won.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but also...
And because
if you win, I feel like I've won.
Oh, well,
I'd say
sweet.
we've
That's
won.
sweet. We are a
Yeah.
little team.
Will gets promoted up to the next league, I'll say I've won.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
team.
So it depends how much you care, doesn't it? Anyway, Slim Fast shakes, not bad, you know. Could be higher protein.
Good for nutrients.
I mean, a bit, not major, a bit.
Not like...
Personally, I would buy a normal protein shake from.
I like Huel.
Huel. Okay, yeah, fine.
Tends to have quite a lot of things in it.
Huel, way more protein per
Yeah.
bottle than they're more like 23 grams,
Yeah.
aren't they? Yeah, something like that. 21, 23, I can't remember. So way more protein than Slim Fast.
Tastes nice.
Apparently, Slim Fast tastes nice as well. It's not one I've ever had.
Okay.
And it says it's got 23 vitamins and minerals, which can't hurt, can it?
Do you know anything about Athletic Greens?
Yeah.
They're popping off at the minute.
AG1.
AG1.
That's their new product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you are with everything that you initially just see doing the marketing rounds, you're sceptical. I've started seeing Andrew Huberman talk about that, and he's been having it for 6 years apparently.
That's because it's a sponsor and they pay him.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about his integrity. Like I am
hope.
pretty willing to just believe pretty much everything he says, and if he's doing it himself, like you can tell that he's passionate and invested and actually gives a shit, and that he is going to get sponsors, but it's only going to be sponsors that he chooses because of how he thinks about them.
I would hope so. I would hope that's the case. I'm trying to find out right now the vitamin and mineral profile of
Yeah.
the Athletic Greens. And I'm kind of struggling with like
Next news.
with like very short time frame. Wait a second, I might have got it here. News of the week. All right, okay, here we go. I've actually got it. You know.
Get in. Go.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. To be honest, it's pretty powerful. It's got some vitamin A, loads of vitamin C, which is good. Nearly 0.5 gram, which is not bad. Up to 1 gram per day is good of that. It's got nice vitamin E in it. It's got all these other vitamins in really good amounts. Loads of vitamin B7 biotin, which is good. Why not? It's got zinc in it, sure. Not much of some vitamins, like not much magnesium, not much calcium. But okay, you can't have everything, can you? It's got some alkaline, nutrient-dense raw superfood complex. This is definitely nothing.
What's that? Seaweed?
It says it's organic spirulina, lecithin, organic apple powder, inulin, organic wheatgrass juice powder. It's these things that they put in health, like these often pseudo health products. Like
Yeah.
they're always fruit extracts or like bits of plant extracts or root extracts.
Yeah, root's
none
a
of them do.
common one,
None of
isn't
them do anything.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
all lies. It's all just nothing. It's just filler, basically. Very little of it does very little of
Okay.
anything. It's also got nutrient-dense extracts, herbs, and antioxidants in it, like alkaline pea protein isolate. does it now. But yeah, good. To be honest, if they were sponsoring us, I would accept that supplement, and I would also take that supplement probably. I would drink that. Why not? It's just instead of a multivitamin, which would be very similar.
Yeah.
You can just have that if you want.
I've got
Okay, I would.
14-gram protein multivitamin.
Oh no, no. The 14 gram was the Slim Fast.
Oh, sorry.
This is the Athletic Greens.
Sorry, you were on there. Yeah.
Does this say how
Yeah,
much?
no, they don't. I don't think that does have any protein.
It says it's got a tiny bit of protein in
Yeah,
it.
but I don't think it's not like it has no focus on that.
I can't actually see.
Apparently, it tastes nice.
Does it?
Apparently.
That surprises me, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought so as well. It looks like
It's not got any
pond
decent amount of
water.
protein in it. It's not full protein.
no. Just getting in your vitamins and minerals. And
But yeah, not bad. Not bad. I would use that. Do you know what I would use if I had infinite money as well? I would use heavy CBD supplementation.
oh yeah,
Yeah, but CBD for a good dose, it costs like 200 quid a month. I'm not kidding.
Right.
It's too much. But I would use that. I've used it before. Enjoyed it.
drops.
Yeah, drops,
Yeah.
oil under your tongue. Yeah. 200 milligrams a day. 100 to 200
And
milligrams
you'd
a day.
use this
something
for
like that.
cognitive function? and
No, just
stress
for like,
or-
yeah, some people find it a bit relaxing. It's a good natural anti-inflammatory. When I used it, I thought maybe it's a placebo, but I thought it was helping me sleep a bit better.
Yeah, okay.
Felt very relaxed, enjoyed
Is there any
myself.
timing to the day of that, or kind of just crack
I
on?
think all day is the best day.
I want to do that.
All time's the best time, in my opinion. But most bottles of it you get are like 1,000 milligrams for a bottle,
Right.
and it's 30 quid, and you need like 200 a day, so it's 5 days worth for like 30 quid.
Yeah, it's intense.
It's too much.
You need 200 a day. Is there like a?
There's efficacious doses.
Is there a takeoff?
If you're less, if you, in my opinion, if you're less than 50 milligrams a day, I don't think that's doing much.
Right. Because there's some things that like don't get acted on unless you hit a certain like,
Yeah,
threshold.
it's not like a threshold dose like that. It's just it needs to be quite a bit, seemingly in studies. There are good studies on it, and you can take really high doses. You can take up to like 1,000 a day.
Shit.
Some people do, and it's good. Seems
Sounds a
fine.
lot.
I'm not recommending
That's
this
like
to
almost a
anybody, by the
drink.
way, and this is not advice you should follow.
Right.
But
What if you smashed all that in one?
fine, yeah, depends. I mean, it might affect different people differently, but I've taken loads of it in one go and felt good. I can't. It's not.
I've had some in a coffee before, and the only issue with that is that it does change the taste of the coffee a little bit.
It probably does, yeah. It probably does. It probably tastes awful because the oil's not nice itself.
No, not
It tastes
best.
horrible. I don't recommend it to any clients. I wouldn't recommend it to any listeners, only because there's not enough studies going on it for me to be confident to say this is what you should do and this is also where you should get it from. No, but I would do it for me.
Cool.
And I would also take mushroom supplements as well, like reishi mushrooms, lion's mane,
yeah.
this kind of stuff.
That's funny. I've been talking to a guy
But they're also very expensive.
who sells like 30 for 30 quid. So again, 30 quid a month. Again, just cognitive kind of upkeep and function and switched onness, alertness. Just a nice time.
Yeah. Like I saw a friend as well, showed me some CBD gummies he had, and I was like, oh, nice. Like little jelly bears that you eat, basically.
Yeah,
5
yeah.
milligrams each.
Starting to sound more druggy.
No, 5 milligrams each.
Right.
5.
Yeah, fine. I mean, there's nothing.
You can keep them for me, bro. It's fine. You have them. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I need to.
How many? 30 at once.
Give me the full. You know what I mean? I don't want to eat that many jelly bears, to be honest.
True. They come with calories.
Yeah, to be honest, but it's just too expensive, and the reason is because it's illegal to produce it in this country.
Oh, is it
Even though you can
really?
buy it and it's legal to use it and have it and sell it, you just can't make
So
it.
just import stuff and then that
Import,
makes it
so it's
go.
expensive. Yeah,
I understand. Yeah.
rubbish.
Ha!
But I would take more supplements than I do if I had hundreds of pounds
money
spare
for it.
per month. Yeah.
Oh, do you know that guy? This guy's interesting. What the bloody hell's his name? He's like in his 40s. He looks about 20, but like a weird 20. He's got like long blonde hair, and he's focused on trying to reverse aging himself.
I feel like I know who you talk about.
I forgot his name. Let me just search. The reverse aging man.
I'll probably show up Dr. David Sinclair.
Is that his name?
I don't
My
know.
internet might
He's
have been
definitely.
trash.
I think he's older than 40 and doesn't look
you got your
20.
internet?
No offense to him.
On YouTube.
And put in what, bro?
And put in reverse aging man.
Reverse aging man. This is not gonna work.
And his sidekick, Wonder Boy. Yeah, this guy.
Him?
Yes.
No, this is not who I meant. I don't know this guy.
Oh no, I want like a short.
I eat more than 70 pounds of vegetables a month. There's not a lot of scientific literature that is discouraging people from eating vegetables. I only eat 1,957 calories a day. There is not a lot of scientific literature that says eat as many calories as you want. So the principles I mostly am working on, they are applicable to most people. People can dial this in with much more specificity to say, like they've got a high cholesterol issue or they have this kind of issue, and they can then do things specific for that. But the basics.
All right. So what? This guy's saying he uses a calorie-controlled diet.
It does the most intense.
That's a good idea.
He does the most intense research on his own body. Like he's so constantly just monitoring everything that he does. He has like, I think he has somewhere around like 30 supplements a day.
Okay. So this guy's been on many podcasts. I'm surprised I've not seen this guy before. I feel like one of my family members was talking to me about this guy the other day, though.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who that person meant as well.
Let's go.
Probably this guy.
Search his supplementation. So, how do you spell sup?
Yeah, immense. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Jesus, that wasn't right.
You should have put his name in at least, bro.
Yeah, you're right about this. That's
who I thought you meant.
I don't know who this is.
Oh, that's Dr. Davidson.
That's it. Brian Johnson.
No, that's fucking Liver King.
Brian, what?
Liver King's called Brian Johnson. He's also called Brian Johnson.
Hilarious.
He's not the Liver King.
Supplements. Listen to this, guys.
These are the pills I take
100.
when waking. And I take this with the Green Giant. It's about 10 ounces of fluid. I have about 4 to 5 ounces left after taking
It's
the
like
pills.
a green
But a few
shake.
things in here, like garlic and CA-AKG, alpha ketoglutarate. I take NR, CoQ10, ferritin, vitamin D, blueberry, chocolate flavanols, turmeric. So we take these pills, and nothing in here is superfluous, or nothing's like, oh, that'd be nice to add because we think that's a cool name. Or
Did you say superfluous?
Yeah, there's some words in here that I'm a bit.
No, it's pronounced superfluous.
And every supplement we take, we
Superfluous. Whatever you want, you
exact
said.
situation of saying the organ speaks, evidence is consulted.
I like him, but he's a bit
I do
weird
it,
looking as
and
well.
then
And
measure
that's
again
entirely
to say
shallow.
He's painted his
this
nails, and I mean, that's
supplement
up to him.
is really what we intended it to do.
Oh yeah,
Nothing
I haven't
here
really noticed that.
is-
Yeah, I mean, you can take those pills if you want. So those sound fine. Do what you want, bro.
Yeah.
None of that sounded weird to me.
No, it's
It was
just
all normal
intense, isn't it?
stuff.
Just
It's a lot of tablets, yeah. But it's kind of similar to that AG1 thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It said on the marketing that there's 75 different things in that. And when I was reading down the list, there is a lot of things. You could be like, oh, I take 75 things per day. It's kind of what this guy's doing.
True.
But it's only like a bit of garlic and some chocolate.
I have
and,
some
like,
garlic.
a bit of
Don't
turmeric.
have chocolate.
Which, like, I ate a curry last week. Like, come at me, bro.
I'm invincible.
Do you know what I mean?
Try my gut
Am I
bio.
going to live as long
I'm
as
gut
you?
bio man.
But yeah, I'd like to look more into this.
Yeah, I would as well, and we shall do that.
Anti-aging is becoming a bit of a... Not a trend, but it's becoming more popular.
Been around for a minute, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's becoming more popular. Did you know that around the... Let me just Google this to make sure I'm right. But do you know what the average like lifespan of somebody was in the Western world in like the year 1900?
I'm gonna guess 1900. I'm gonna guess 55. What you
In
got?
the UK, it's 44.
Oh shit!
Only in 1900. That's 100 years
What's
ago.
that? Doubled?
People were only living to be 44 on average. That means 50% of people less
Crazy.
in 1900.
That's
not long ago.
I wonder if that's half the problem as to why there's so many people now as well.
That's why one of the reasons why we've got more people.
Yeah,
It's also
'cause
why
there's
there's
just
like
more
higher
alive at
rates
one
of cancer and stuff like this because
Yeah.
if you only live to 44, your chance of getting cancer is half as
So
much.
percentage, it's maybe.
There's just more
gotta be
time
more,
for stuff
yeah.
to go wrong on people. So it's
Nah.
like, you know.
And also, like, obviously dying back then, there was far more complications, but getting old is literally your shit's stopping working. There's only so long you can prolong it for.
Some people think by the time we get to like be a decent age, like older, that people will be living to 150. And then quite a lot of scientists agree that eventually we will probably achieve immortality, and depending on...
Like, mentally.
It could be, like, humans are definitely going to upload their consciousness or psyche to computers, definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
Map the brain, upload the brain to a computer, keep the brain going without the body, definitely. This is going to occur, literally.
Yeah, Han Solo style from Marvel.
In not that much time.
Then, chill out.
Oh, maybe jump.
Hey! Chill out.
It's alright, bro. There's no one here, bro. It's just next door digging. It's fine.
What are you doing?
It's fine. Don't step on the wires.
Don't step on the wires.
Hey,
That's enough.
come on.
Give him a stroke. Give him a love.
Fine.
Give him a love. What were we saying?
Let him into the garden to have a look if you want, so he can see that it's nothing.
I don't know if I do want.
Okay, fine.
If he does again, maybe.
He's beautiful.
He's been a good lad.
Aren't you
Here he
beautiful?
is. Oh dear. Right up on microphone.
This says here that in 1765 in the UK, the life expectancy was 39. So we made barely any improvements since 1750 to flipping.
Took a couple of wars, and then we were fine.
Yeah, then things start to get a lot better. Well, I do have a quote on my chest that says, "Conflict is the father of all things."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty true, actually. You want to attach this to the dog?
One thing, talking about wars as well, I know this is completely off track and so boring, but I was learning about the Crusades.
Okay.
Do you know about the Crusades?
Yeah, of course.
The history of the UK is just like literally
over the place.
Literally just wild.
Yeah.
So like, do you remember the Battle of Hastings in
1066?
Yeah, 1066. The Normans.
Yes.
William the Conqueror.
Them taking control.
A Viking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a French Viking,
Yeah.
basically. You ever seen the show like Vikings?
Bits of it, yes.
I've never seen it, but there's a guy on this called Rollo. Rollo.
Oh yeah, people tell me I look like him. Actually, that's funny.
I have no idea.
It's the hair.
I've
Yeah.
never really seen this, but there's a guy in there called Rollo. He was one of the first.
Rollo the something he was.
Everybody's the something.
Yeah, you're right.
Nobody's the nothing. You've got to be something.
To go down in history.
Your elbow is digging into my groin, sir. That's quite intense. Come on, please move. Oh, there you go. No, come on. Be a good boy. He was one of the French Vikings. So then they become the Normans. They become like they're Vikings, and then they won't stop like pillaging the French lands. So the French guy, whoever the king is, says, "Listen, I'll just give you this bit. Just make this your bit. Just stay over there, please." And they're like, "Okay, fine." That becomes the Normans, basically.
That's funny.
After about 100 years or so, or whatever, they become like French Vikings. They come over here in 1066, take over.
And they go, "We'll have this bit too."
Yeah, because they just want to take over more. They go back to they just keep doing what Vikings do and just trying to take over everything. And then everything becomes Christian eventually, and it's only 30 years until the Crusades start. So it goes from the Anglo-Saxons to the Normans. It's the Anglo-Saxons here in England. The Normans come over, attack and take over. Then only 30 years later, they're all the Anglo-Saxons don't give a shit about Christians, about Jesus. Yeah, they don't care about no Jesus. 30 years later, we've got an army of people walking from here to Jerusalem, slicing everybody's heads off who disagrees. Like, it's 30 years, bro, chill.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, nobody gave a shit, and then suddenly now it's holy war.
Yeah.
30 years later, I'm like, chill.
Because that was something that happened in that Viking show. I watched the start of it a little bit. There was a guy who was a monk on the Isle of Lindisfarne, where they invaded from the north.
Yeah.
More.
That's one of the first places that got attacked by.
Yeah,
so
that was
official Viking raid.
Yeah, so that was pre-Jesus. So
no.
Post-Jesus.
Way after.
Okay, way post-Jesus.
Way.
Because then, of course, because they're monks. That's Catholicism, right?
I don't know.
Although what's that to do with?
Yeah. Most likely.
And then he went over there, like got kidnapped and took back, and then ended up having like identity crisis going between the two religions, which is interesting.
I don't think any of that's true. Like, in
no,
reality
just in
of
this,
like
yeah.
thing.
But that's interesting, isn't it? Imagine back then, like when your world is just whatever's in front of you, and you've been brought up with this idea of a specific god, and then you go to an entirely different realm where they're like Thor, Odin's son, and Loki, and this, that, and the other, and then you're around there long enough, and you're like, it's only my circumstance that's had me believe in what I believe in, which is very true for everyone, even nowadays. But the world is so much smaller nowadays. So
pretty much.
Easier to gain perspectives, isn't it?
I've done a lot of research on like Viking history because they are my people. I have like Viking ancestry.
Do you?
Yeah, Scandinavian.
That's why you need a longer beard. See, I keep telling you.
Yeah, that's why I'm so pale as well. But it's very difficult because everybody's got very similar names.
Right.
Like there's one guy. My favourite Viking's called Olaf Tryggvason. His son's called Tryggvad Olafsson. It's like, stop it now.
Come on.
Stop it now.
That is exactly a stop it now.
There's everybody, every third person's called Olaf, I swear to God. They're all called Olaf.
I swear that's the goddamn snowman from Frozen.
It literally is. It literally is,
yeah. His name got revived then.
This says the Viking raid on Lindisfarne was in 793.
Oh, shit.
Jesus is 0 in it.
AD, yeah.
Yeah, so this is 793.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you actually know what your... So I was talking to my client yesterday, Glenn Rhodes, so he shares his same last name as you.
Interesting.
And he's been talking about his history. Like he did like an ancestry thing. And he just goes 500 years as far back as they can trace, just Midland white man, England.
Really?
No spice, no interest, nothing. It's just been here. And obviously you're a Rhodes. And I was wondering, do you know what the meaning of Rhodes is?
Yep.
he said as well. I forgot what it was.
It's because I hoped that it came from the Greek island of Rhodes, but it absolutely does not. It's a Roman word that means a clearing in the trees.
Oh, that was what he said.
Which is basically a path. Which is basically a road. So it basically means roads like that we drive on.
In the woods though, that's slightly nicer. It's only because it's
As you
back
get
when they
to
didn't have
it means
cars.
roads like paths.
Okay, yeah. They just squeezed a H in there, took out an A.
I think it used to be spelled RHOADES.
Sorry, this dog.
I think it used to have an extra A in it. RHOA.
Oh, okay.
RHOA.
And do you know your ancestry?
Yeah.
Where are you?
It said from 1900-ish until now, all in England. It said before 1900, basically all in Scandinavia.
That's not long ago for you.
Before 1900.
Like, I'm surprised those stories almost haven't passed down those few generations.
My family are not very close together, and people don't really like know each other that well, in my opinion. Like, I can't tell you who my great granddad is. I literally can't tell you.
What's my last name mean? I've got no idea.
Hukin.
Yeah.
What does William mean as well?
I'm not William, I'm just Will.
Oh, yeah. Name.
I don't know that I'm going to have any internet here. Yes? Yes? No. What you got?
Will means desiring peace or protector.
Desiring peace. Yeah, I would
in
like
Old English.
some peace and protection. Actually, some peace and quiet. I'd like some peace and quiet, me. I realise I have done this before because we've got a coat of arms. I guess everyone does.
Okay, yeah.
The surname Hukin is ultimately derived from the Old French personal name Hugh, which came to Britain from the Normans. This name is a diminutive form and uses the suffix kin, which had the meaning of little shit.
Little Hugh. Little Hugh. That's who you are.
Huey.
Lil Hugh.
Lil Huey.
Lil Hugh. I refer to you from now on only as Lil Hugh.
At least that's the rapper version, and not just Little Hugh.
No, you're Lil Hughes.
Lil Hughes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Lil
funny.
Hugh. Yeah.
I'm going to do another one, see if it's the same. Oh, news of the week, man.
Also similarly comes from Hugo.
Yes, I've heard that before, actually.
Oh, Lil Hugh. Oh. That's it.
Fuck!
You got one extra cute point now.
Yes, I don't need cute points. I need big arms.
Hugh.
And my internet's not coming up. I'm trying to find another one to broaden my argument, but it turns out I'm Little Hugh.
Connor means lover of dogs in Irish.
Oh, shit. Here you are, looking after one.
Looking after a pooch, yes.
Poochy pooch.
You on news of the week or me?
Mine is a bit more of a personal news of the week as well, but it bleeds into a nice little conversation piece.
Please then, yeah.
Which is that Pierce at the gym is so shredded.
He actually annoys me, yeah.
He's so lean with it's crazy. And his brain has stopped working and probably half of his body, but he's winning shows.
Yeah, he's got 4 grams of glucose in his body.
Literally.
Hasn't he's literally got no energy.
He got more, it's ridiculous.
He's been depleted down. He's winning all the shows.
He's winning all the shows and it's going well for him. And I was going to ask, because you've probably been that lean before.
I don't know about as lean as he is now.
You don't think?
I don't know. I've not seen him like in person. I don't know.
You've definitely not been as big as he is with as lean as he is.
No, I've got nowhere near the muscle mass he's got.
But you've definitely been at least close to his leanness.
Yeah,
and at that point, close is maybe 1% off.
I agree.
Which is about the same, all in same.
Maybe same body fat level, maybe not as low water retention.
Yeah, you've never dried yourself out as much.
I always eat a lot of carbs.
You've never competed, although you were going to compete, weren't you?
Yes, but the show got cancelled and I was glad.
Fair.
Do you remember about Leon?
Yes, I do.
During the
Leon
show.
cried and cried and cried, and I would have too.
I came in one day and I was like, Leon. And he'd been telling everybody
Proper
at the gym,
small voice.
he was been saying to everybody at the gym, don't talk to me, don't come near me, do your jobs, leave me alone. Because he was feeling like shit, weren't he? Then I came in one day and I was like, Leon. He was like, what? I was like, the show, it's been cancelled, bro. And he went, what? I went, yeah, bro, listen, it's like, they've cancelled it, I don't really know why. And he just looked at me and he went, I'm going to KFC. And then just turned and he was on shift. I'm probably getting him in trouble.
I remember this.
He
No,
just
I
walked
remember
out.
this. Yeah.
He just walked out.
He was
Didn't
done.
come back for like a couple of hours.
No, didn't talk to anyone forever after.
I'm going.
He booked a photo
KFC.
shoot and did that, yeah.
Did he?
But this kind of is what the tree I was barking up because I wanted to talk about your experience or your knowledge of what it feels like to be that shredded and the difference of that versus populace level fat loss.
I would love to, and I've been trying to arrange with Todd Vickers
Oh, cool.
Pierce's coach, to come on.
Awesome.
Because
coach,
Todd
it turns
Vickers,
out.
I've also asked him, is going to talk to us about all the steroids.
Oh shit! Get in.
Because he does actual like bodybuilding and physique
Yeah,
coaching and stuff like this. And
This is going to go so much over my head. It's going to be ridiculous.
and says that
Looking forward
he's
to it.
going to be. I just want to know. I want to start the podcast by just basically asking him,
Steroids.
yeah, what does it really take to, you know, when you see those fitness models,
Yeah.
what are they actually doing?
Yeah.
What are they actually doing in terms of, yeah, okay, we know what they're doing in terms of training. Let's not pretend. They train like everybody else. We know what they're doing in terms of eating. They're not eating many carbs. They're not eating many calories. We get it. The protein intake's high. What drugs are we using? I want to know what shit's going on, basically.
Yeah.
I've got decent
I can
level
coach
steroid
someone
knowledge.
to competition style like training and eating and stuff, but yeah, I ain't got the juice knowledge.
Don't do it either, no.
Oh, I'm not planning on doing it.
No, I didn't mean you. I meant, yeah, don't start coaching people on like gear stuff and things like this.
No, it was specifically.
I used to have very high level knowledge on like steroids and hormones, but I kind of stopped looking into it like more than 5 years ago, and things do change.
You haven't had much to do with bodybuilding other than your own training for.
That's what I'm
years
saying.
now.
Yeah, I used to like it more, and I used to follow it, and not that I was ever using these things, but it's like or coaching people for it. But I used to look into it and research into.
Well, it was inherently a part of your life from having to research from cancer,
from my own testosterone.
TRT.
Yeah, I've worked with very high level endocrinologists and stuff. So
Exactly.
I've got good knowledge in those areas. But since 5 years ago, I've got no up-to-date knowledge. So I'm wondering what's new, what's going on. What about these peptides? What about these SARMs?
Yeah, because he was talking to me about when he was. Todd, was talking to me about when Pierce was getting on stage, and he was just like, look at him like, yeah, you need this amount of water now, right? Here's some jam, have that. Here's a Diorite, whatever. Just like getting shit in him at just perfect times, and he's won every one so far. Well, 2.
And he looks so much better than last year. Or the year before, or whatever it is. If you look at his previous competition photos versus these ones, it's worlds apart.
Okay, interesting.
It's insane.
He's got 4 more to go.
He's going to die, probably. So we love you, Pierce, but it's rest in peace.
I can't wait for him to get big. That's going to be a fun time.
I said that to Todd because Todd made a post saying he feels like, this was a couple of weeks ago, he was like trying to like get Pierce ready. He said, I feel like Pierce is 85% ready. So I sent him a message, not in like an offensive way, and he took it the right way, saying, no, I feel like Pierce is 50% ready.
Oh, shit.
Not because of your coaching, or you're not neither of you are doing anything wrong, but you've just only been working with him for 12 weeks.
Yeah, they've not had long together.
I want to see Todd work with Pierce for 2 years.
That'd be so awesome.
Do 1.5 years of bulk, and then don't rush the diet. Do a slow, steady diet, or do periods of hard dieting maintenance, hard dieting refuel, that kind of game.
If he can just like float around 15% body fat or something for like 2 years and just bulk, and
Maybe not even that high. It could be
No.
less, 10, 12. would be
just do
fine.
everything right, he'll slap on some serious mass.
Serious
He seems
size.
to respond well to training.
Yeah. He's gotten way bigger, way fast.
Way fast.
Yeah.
Way fast. He just needs to start training legs.
Yeah,
Direct
that's
call out.
one of the things about physique as well, isn't
Yeah.
it? Though? He does train legs,
board
but
shorts
I've
on.
never seen his quads and stuff. But
Fine. They're there. They're smaller than mine. Meh.
yeah, they have long shorts on these physique competitions anyway, don't they?
But that's fine. It's not the game he's playing.
Yeah, but Pierce looking great, and Rebecca keeps asking me if she should do like one of these competitions.
I say no.
I also said no because Todd keeps saying do it because he loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves it.
Being one of my little fitness physique people.
Yeah.
He mould you.
Yeah.
And he's awesome at it.
Oh, I'm saying nothing. That's why
He's
we're getting him
awesome
on the
at it.
show because we want
Yeah.
to know about it.
But no, it wouldn't suit Rebecca.
I want her to be healthy and happy.
Yeah.
She could do well. She's got excellent muscle
She
mass.
responds well to training.
Oh, yeah?
Like fuck.
Yeah.
She trained and she's like, here's a quad. I got it last week.
She's got excellent quads.
Yeah.
Amazing
Shoulders,
glutes,
lats.
massive shoulders. Yeah, amazing lats. She could definitely do well. Good like structure and genetics.
She'd probably do well quickly as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the things with female, not bodybuilding, but like bikini level stuff. I've seen ladies, having never been to the gym before, turn around and win a competition within a year because they've got like a decent frame to start with. They didn't start anywhere near overweight. And they just shred and do a bit of training. And then that's kind of that category, isn't it? So you can do that stuff quickly. I've known females just jump in and out and like do it for a bit and jump out. Whereas like a bloke just has to accumulate mass, which is inherently like a time thing. And some people respond really well and are big really young.
Yeah, in bikini competitions, you can get marked down for being too lean. You can get marked down for being too big.
Yeah.
This kind of game, they don't want you to be big and lean. Like, look at these photos. Look at her shoulders there
Yeah, intense.
and arms going down to the legs.
Yeah, very intense.
Excellent lats, massive shoulders.
The muscles all there.
Yeah.
But it's not the lifestyle she's
But
leading.
I want her to be healthy and happy. I know she'll feel like shit and probably ruin a menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
And just feel awful because you can get amenorrhea. A menstrual cycle will stop. Why? Because you're not eating enough. Your estrogen levels are too low. This can take it can take up to 2 years to recover from that.
Yeah.
Literally a menstrual cycle. It's actually in some respects maybe safer as a female to do it with steroids and drugs than without.
Really?
Yeah, because you can get estrogen replacement and replace back your
That is
estrogen and stuff like
interesting,
that. You know, rather in some ways, I do not recommend anybody do it, but it could be argued in some ways that it might be better to use some hormone supplements because your estrogen is going to get that low. It's just going to ruin the cycle. You might be able to keep it going.
Would you recommend similar for blokes?
What?
That it might be safer if done completely correctly to use some PDEs?
No, I think it's shit both ways because both ways are going to shut down your testosterone levels. The steroids would shut down your testosterone
obviously
levels more than the natty.
So
Body
the only
fat loss.
benefit to that is that you're having more test, and therefore so it benefits your bodybuilding side of life.
Yeah.
So, and you would say that in no way comes close to outweighing the health of just having your own test production,
Basically,
even
when
if you
you-
do it safely.
Basically, when your body fat gets that low, your testosterone levels get really low if you're natural, really low. And when you've not got enough calories and stuff like this. But does it get as low as when you take steroids? No. And would the recovery be as hard? No. So the recovery would be worse. You'd feel better and look better because your testosterone would be higher. So your energy levels would be better, your well-being would be better, your muscle mass would be better, your metabolism would be faster.
I think that's one of the things that gets my friends through, the ones that I know that are, say, competing, like, say, the morning cardio or whatever it is. It's like, I've got a bit of juice in me. Yeah, just a little bit of go.
Do you say juices and you mean literally steroids?
Yes.
Or what do you? Okay, yeah. It's a lot of people use stimulant drugs as well, don't they, to like get through and stuff like
All
that.
the caffeine.
It's not healthy, even though it's called
Caffeine and
fitness.
crying.
It's got nothing to do with
No,
fitness.
no.
It's actually very
one of the
unhealthy,
least
actually.
healthiest sports.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, Rebecca can do what she wants. I'm not her boss or in control.
And so, last one to recap that then, the experience of going from, say, 10% to 5% body fat versus 30% to 20%.
A lot harder. Number one, takes longer. Number two, diet fatigue hits harder. So physically and psychologically building difficulties of the diet are exacerbated and exaggerated. Metabolic adaptations are larger, so energy's lower, hormone changes are more hardcore.
Everything about it is harder.
Yeah, everything about it's harder, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not hard for me until like I can maintain 8 to 10% body fat very easily with good energy levels. If I start to get down to like 6% body fat, if I drop a couple more pounds, my energy levels get really bad really fast.
Okay.
And this is me with testosterone replacement therapy.
Yeah, of course.
Because my testosterone doesn't even get low like it would.
Right.
Which is another reason why I think I can stay real lean and still be feeling good compared to some people. So I'm kind of cheating. I kind of couldn't enter like natural bodybuilding competitions or anything like this anyway.
No, that is cheating.
Yeah, because I've kind
It's the golden ticket of cheating. It's cheating because you're supposed to.
It's a golden, it's a bonus card you get for not dying from cancer. So
Yeah.
like soz. But yeah, I just don't.
Little extra life point.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
So my energy levels probably stay a bit better than most people, but still that doesn't stop the estrogen getting low. That doesn't stop your growth hormone levels getting low. It doesn't stop the hunger signals getting really high. And energy levels overall due to low calorie intake getting
So
really
maybe
low.
the only thing that could be harder about 30% to 20% is socially and psychologically, it's a bigger lifestyle shift. Because if you're at 10%, you're already doing something.
That's an interesting
gotten
way
all
of
your
looking at
habits
it.
right.
Yeah, that's an interesting way of looking at
But
it.
if you're 30, 40%, whatever, you've got some habits that you need to change.
I think the biggest part as well would be mindset of the size of the journey. If you've got like 30, 40%,
point,
you might
yeah.
be thinking, shit, this is going to take ages.
Yeah.
And it probably isn't going to take ages, but it doesn't have to. If you
Yeah.
do
But
the
it's
right
also
things.
probably going to take at least as long as it took for you to get that big.
Yeah, or longer. Yeah,
Definitely,
at least,
probably
yeah,
longer.
Yeah.
Like scientifically, it could be the same amount of time, but when you factor in things like emotions,
So I
it's
think-
definitely going to be longer.
So I think you're right. I think mindset and habit change would be more difficult from going from like 40 or 30
Yeah.
or 20 down to 10. But the actual physical difficulty of it's way harder going from like 15 to 5.
Yeah, it's sound.
The physical, it feels way worse.
It'd be like going from never driving to learning to drive would be like 40% to 30% because you're just learning something entirely new and it's scary and you're nerve-wracking. Whereas the other one's going from like knowing how to drive to getting in an F1 car.
Yeah.
Like it's harder. It's definitely harder, but you're in the ballpark already a bit and you understand what you need to do.
Yeah.
So random abstract analogy. End of podcast 1.
If you want, we didn't do many news articles, did we?
I think that was a nice one. We've done an hour.
Now. We've been going pretty much exactly an hour.
I don't feel like we chatted all the shit in the world.
I think we did.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
No, I thought that was good. What else have you got news article wise?
A couple more actually.
Do you?
Yeah, the World Health Organization put out a
News of the week.
World Health Organization put out a statement saying that they do not recommend sweeteners for weight loss or health improvement.
Interesting.
Which is dumb. That's a dumb thing to say.
I mean, I don't know much about what's in sweeteners and that. Are they talking because from like a social point of view, it's pretty good because it gives you a bit of a
true.
Yeah,
So this is from the United Nations. Look, World Health Organization advises against use of artificial sweeteners. Ridiculous.
I mean, I still would, but there are lesser evils out there. That's right, bigger evils out there.
New guidelines from the UN Health Agency released on Monday have advised against using non-sugar sweeteners, NSS. The recommendation from the World Health Organization is based on a review of available evidence which suggests that artificial sweeteners do not help control body mass, which that's not what studies show, or reduce the risk of weight-related illnesses, which again, that's not what studies show, but even if it did, that's still not a reason not to use them. Just because it doesn't, even if it didn't improve those two things, which it actually does, but if it didn't, that still doesn't mean it's worse than sugar.
Like if that's your other option, basically.
It says replacing free sugars with NSS, non-sugar sweeteners, sometimes they're called non-nutritive sweeteners, NNSs as well, does not help with weight control in the long term. People need to consider other ways to reduce free sugars intake, that says. Does that make sense?
Right, yeah. So basically it's worse than doing nothing, having nothing sugary, but it's better than most of the sugary things.
That's a nice way of putting it, actually. That's a good summary, yeah. There's no free rides, but sweeteners are safe. All the sweeteners we can get here in the UK are safe.
You basically just drop them into your gums, don't you? You love them.
I use some sweeteners. I drink like these energy drink style things. They've got some sweeteners in. Protein powders have got a lot of sweeteners in.
You'll have 4 in a coffee.
Sometimes, yeah, depending on the size of the mug, yeah. Once a day or something like that. I'm not scared. I do enough things that are good. Come at me. Bit of sweetener takes me down.
I like this attitude.
I deserve to be down.
Yeah.
Don't I?
You're the goodest bad boy ever.
I just think, whatever. But studies actually do show that if you switch people from sugared beverages to sweetened beverages, it does help weight loss. And sweetened beverages also help weight loss in a way of reducing people's cravings and giving them like a little bit of a treat. But it's like 3 calories for a Diet Coke, but you feel like you're having a bit of something, and this can definitely help.
It satiates you, like, your what do you call it, cravings wise.
Yeah.
But it doesn't satiate you like hunger wise as much or calorie wise or just
correct
sugar, all this
correct
stuff.
Yeah, because it's not got the sugar or the calories there. Yeah.
No.
Basically all nutritionists in the world are saying that that's dumb.
Okay, cool.
From the World Health Organization. Basically nobody agrees with this statement they've put out, and not very sure who they've consulted to make this recommendation, but it's not.
I would like to see who is the World Health Organization.
You can find out. I don't know who's exactly done this because I've not really looked into it that far.
That was a meme that went around. Was that is it English or UK like health secretary is pretty close to being grossly obese and
that's true actually.
Hit the gym and obviously clearly doesn't train that much or eat that well, that kind of stuff, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how this happens.
Which?
By that logic, I should be Prime Minister.
Which is where it starts to go wrong.
I don't know, bro. I say give me a chance.
Which is...
Vote Will.
Lil Hughes.
Lil Hughes, exactly.
Technically it's arguing ad hominem, it's called, which is a logical fallacy.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Arguing against the person. Like, just because that lady may be overweight and doesn't train doesn't mean she doesn't know way more about health than me.
100%.
Just because she doesn't follow the actions on
I'm small and fat at the minute and I know more than most people about training.
You are small, but you're not fat. You're Lil Hugh. Lil Hugh.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely true. But there is an element of lead by.
Yes, I agree with you, yeah. That was the other thing I was going to say. I agree with you, yeah. There is also...
Because also, why am I listening to you at that point? Like, I might be small, but I'm also strong and, not that small kind of thing, you know?
Way more muscular than most people.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel like you need a shred of what you're talking about.
Is that a pun?
That was punny. Yeah, let's say so. Let's say I thought about that.
But sweeteners are still good. Don't listen to this bad advice. If you can have none, yeah, have none. But who can have none?
Me, always me. I don't
Except
need.
in that Huel shake, that fucking loads of sweeteners.
I don't have that anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then, fine.
I did. I only stopped it because I
All right, then.
ran out of money. I think.
You're here with full sugar Monster drink as well, so you.
For the first time in ever, I don't have these things.
Oh, do you not?
No, I don't. I'd have chosen a coffee if I could have, but shop.
Yeah, we just needed to call to the shop.
Yeah, no, I don't do these things. I'm
I
a
didn't know
I'm a
if it was-
savoury boy. We do know what I've had for breakfast.
Pizza.
And
Quavers.
yep,
Crisps, essentially.
the nutrition man.
Baked chips. I don't lead by example or what.
Yeah, let's smash a bit more of that now before the next podcast.
So news of the week.
News of the week, man. Everyone's
Anything else?
updated. That was excellently well researched and articulated via us to the masses at home. We appreciate you listening and watching. And we love you lots, and we'll see you soon.